light, and I hope that you can feel yourself centering and grounding. So just sit back, make sure you're comfortable and relaxed, and I will start the session, and then Sanjeev ji will come on, and we can continue the session.
So Christie, I think we'll announce a few times as people get on that
Okay.
we're waiting for Glasgow folks to join us. There is a first time ever in-person session happening there. They're delayed, but you will get us into the meditative mood right away, and then we'll continue. We'll um, have you on first a few minutes, and let's go on for 15 minutes, and um, then we'll follow as I get update from Glasgow.
Okay, and if you at all need to stop me, then just
Sure.
interrupt, and we'll do it. We'll carry on, okay? Oh, this started before I did. Okay, so are we all ready? Should we begin? Okay, so just take a deep breath before we begin.
All right. Thank you, Christie.
You're welcome.
So, um, so we are. So today there is a first ever, in person from Glasgow, Scotland. They are delayed, so let's have a video play first. And hi to everyone out there. So we'll play a video, talk about inner peace, and then we'll get some words from Glasgow, and then do the meditation. So, all right. So let's have the video one.
People do ask me that when there are such toxic people and deeply disturbing situations, how can you be at peace? And I think that is an important thing to understand. Like, is there a way in which we can be with toxic people, or even like ordinary people sometimes do some things which shatters our inner peace? So how do we tackle that? So I personally feel that to tackle that and to understand that, we need to redefine personal progress. Our progress should not be measured in how much we have or who we are or what we have achieved in life. It should be how we react to these situations. Am I able to tackle tough people, tough situations, and still handle your inner peace, your inner poise, your inner strength, your inner happiness is not affected by day-to-day ups and downs that we encounter? Let's try to break this down. So first thing is, I would like to take a model that was described probably thousands of years ago in the Upanishads. It's a 5-step process to lasting, and it's like if we have to achieve the ocean of peace, where we are at peace, everybody around us gets affected by it, and they achieve peace as well. How do we achieve that state? So let's take it's like 5 steps or 5 realms, and at the top of the 5 realms is that destination where you have almost unchanging, everlasting, deep sense of inner peace. So let's take an example of how we all perceive and react to various situations in life. So my father used to take an example where somebody found a person lying on the ground. So basically, the person got hit by a rock and fell flat and was unconscious. So one person who was himself drunk, he looked at the person and said, must have, had too much to drink. Then another person walks by who stole something and was running, and he looked at this person and is like, this person must have stolen something and was trying to run away and, fell down. And then the third person who was a sage looked at this person and compassion and care and all that kicked in and came over to help this person. So 3 people, same situation, reaction is totally different. Why? So there is outer world has events and inner world has inner states. So every person reacts to the outer event through their inner states, and these inner states could be in one of the 5 levels. So at the lower level, like the realm of the world, where basically the focus is on me, eat, drink, and be merry. This is purely materialistic lifestyle where you don't have time for others. So if at the lower level, person looks at a person who needs help, would say, well, somebody got in trouble, they're responsible for it, and I got to do my duty or my important meeting or other things, and I need to focus on myself, and would not really care. On the second realm, the reaction would change a little, and the reaction might be, oh, I would like to help if I didn't have this other important thing to do. And there is a little more empathy and compassion, but the end result is not much different. So that's the realm of life where you have probably changed your direction to look towards peace, light, and love, but it's just a step in that direction. You haven't really achieved any real sense of change yet. And then in the realm of mind, where mind control, meditation, looking inwards becomes a little deeper, here the person would have empathy and care in a genuine way, but it's still not unconditional. It's still not developed to a point where giving becomes a real nature. Here, it's almost like 50-50, where you see a situation, you see a person who needs help. Mentally, you would be in a place to help. But again, your logic and your thought processes will also tell you why you can only do that much, because there are things that you need to take care of, etc. So empathy, care is evolving, and you have gotten to the next stage. 4th realm and 5th realm, which I call the realm of knowledge or realm of light, where somebody has suddenly realized that they now understand how everybody else's health, happiness affects theirs. The environment, the nature, has a very integral impact on us. So understanding that in the realm of knowledge, your reaction to things would be that you have to take care of those things first, of people around you. So you now are moving towards giving more than taking. You are stepping towards unconditional love, care, and empathy that you never had before. In the realm of love, it multiplies, it's infectious. It is where if some person is in trouble, you would forget about what is important to you. You would focus on helping that person. And I saw in Satsang, the leaders, the mentors, the people who have really taken satsang to be integral part of their life, and they achieved that lasting inner peace and light and love, were able to help thousands and thousands and thousands of people, in most cases without really affecting their livelihood or their approach to life. So when you start giving more, it actually enriches your world in many, many, many ways. So just realizing that is realm of knowledge, implementing that is realm of love. So in these 5 steps, basically you not only progress yourself through these stages, through satsang, to the ocean of peace, but you achieve this light and love in the process that really enriches your life, your environment, and your community. And giving and unconditional love becomes an integral part of your personality. That I would call personal progress. So achieving inner peace is stepping through a process through which you become a more mature, a more giving, basically a person who has an abundance of light, which is knowledge, love, which is care and compassion, and peace, which is something that first you achieve and then you share with others.
Yeah, Anit?
जी भैया. Welcome to Glasgow session of Inner Peace through Satsang. According to yogic philosophy, every human being has 3 dimensions of existence: the physical body, the subtle or astral body, and the casual or spiritual body, known in Sanskrit the Sthul, Sukshma, and Karan. The deepest of these commonly understood as the soul. We spend a great deal of time caring for the physical body. We feed it, we cleanse it, rest it, and protect it. But how often do we pause to care for the subtler dimensions of our being, the inner body, the mind, the heart, and the soul? The honest answer is not often enough. Our attention is so absorbed in the needs of daily life and the upkeep of the physical body that we rarely reflect on purification and nourishment of our inner being. Yet true and peace-lasting happiness cannot come from physical body alone. They arise when the inner self is gradually cleansed, quietened, and awakened. All spiritual tradition reminds us that peace lies within. But to reach that inner peace, sincere effort alone is not always enough. We also need proper guidance, the guidance of one who has walked the path, realized the truth, and can lovingly show the way to others. Our Reverend Guru Maharaj, Param Sant Dr. Chaturbhuj Sahaji, not only attained his elevated state, but also opened a simple and practical path for householders and seekers to experience inner peace through satsang. Today, we gather in that same sacred tradition. We are honored to welcome Sri Sanjeev Kumarji, grandson of Guru Maharaj, Dr. Chapters.Introduction Centering, which we were listening actually to him a few minutes ago. He is son of Sri Narendra Kumarji. Professionally, Sanjeev ji is an accomplished technology leader specializing in data architecture, cloud transformation, and AI governance. Spiritually, he has spent over 40 years observing, practicing, and sharing how seekers can progress on this path through the grace, guidance, and discipline of satsang. Today, joining us today, he's joining us from Washington, D.C. today. Sanjeev ji will guide us and share his reflection and experience.
All right.
We are also pleased to welcome Dr. Ajay Bhardwaj from Cleveland, Ohio, USA. With humility and gratitude, we request both of you to guide us on this spiritual journey today. Bhaiya.
Yeah. So I think we got a bit delayed, but thankfully not that much. It's such a good occasion that people from Glasgow have joined us today in this session. So first things first, I think this method, this process is all about experiencing it yourself. So we're talking about inner peace, we can do it all day long. What is more important is that we be in peace. And what Guru Maharaj, Dr. Chapters.Introduction Centering prescribed for us is a method through which we can really achieve this in today's culture, today's environment. Take a break. This is the way mind really rests. And we can talk about that after the session. After the meditation, we can open it up for questions. So you have heard a lot already. Let's practice it now. So I'll describe the process. Just follow those instructions. We can do, any other things that you do to get to peace before or after, but during this meditation, just follow the instructions. It will help you in other things as well. Concentration, focus, etc. So peace is inwards. Peace is inside. We just need to uncover it. We all have that within us. The whole idea is that we elevate our awareness, our consciousness to feel it, to experience it. And to do that, first we have to focus inwards. And for that, we need three things. One, eyes lightly closed, so the sensory input through the eyes gets minimized or eliminated, and every time the body moves, mind moves with it. So we want to concentrate, so we want to have a still and relaxed posture. Every time the body moves, mind moves with it. Every time there is a tension anywhere, any pain anywhere, so that also takes our attention. So try to be as relaxed, as still as possible, eyes lightly closed. And now feel the presence. So conscious source of transcendental energy is right here, right now, right in front of us. And we are, so this source, so light is coming from the source into our heart, enlightening it. And then the light is distributing throughout our body, and we're getting completely and totally immersed in this light. So as described, every time your mind moves away and wanders away somewhere else, because the idea is to focus on one thought and one thought alone. So whenever we find that mind has moved away, just bring it back to this thought and this thought alone, that this transcendental light is entering our heart, enlightening it, then distributing throughout our body, and we are getting completely and totally immersed in this light. So one more time, there is nothing to do. We are just observing light coming from a conscious source into our heart and then distributing throughout our body. We are basically getting completely and totally immersed in the light. We'll start with music. Music helps concentration. Then music fades away and we go deep into silent meditation. And then we, will transition out with music again. So eyes lightly closed, still and relaxed posture. Just observe that light is entering your heart, distributing throughout your body, and you are becoming one with this light. You are becoming the light. And we'll start with music. Music fades away. We go into deep silent meditation, and then we transition out with music again. Let's start. So typically after the meditation, we open it up for and sharing any questions, thoughts, comments. But today, Ajayji is with us, so I'll ask him to share some thoughts, and then we can open it up after that.
Namaskar, everyone. I'm trying to get my video going. I think now it's on. So, Namaskar, everyone. And nice that we could join for this session today. And don't have much to add to what Bhai Sahib said in the beginning. I just wanted to throw some light on how the practice of our Ramashram Satsang it came about. So as you know that it was started by Param Pujya Guru Maharaj, Dr. Chaturbuj Sahai that who started this practice, and it is a combination of several things, and there is a big element of his own experience that he brought to he added to the ancient yogic practices that were prevalent in India. And primarily, if one has to say, the practices based on a very old Indian sage, he's Maharishi Patanjali, and he's the one who laid down the basic yogic principles that are considered universal for anybody who follows these practices and tries to, achieve some spiritual gain in this process. And Param Pujya Guru Maharaj also held the belief that if one has to progress spiritually, then the basic path for the practices is what Maharishi Patanjali laid out, and he laid out eight principles that everyone has to follow. And so that is one part of how Guru Maharaj came about this. And then the second part and the main part was his own experience. What happened with Param Pujya Guru Maharaj was that he was a very learned person. He had read a lot of scriptures, and he was inquisitive, curious about spiritual things, and so he was a very knowledgeable person to begin with. But still, he was not able to achieve the level of peace or the level of spiritual advancement that he desired. And so he was constantly on the lookout for more progress, something that would give him a deeper sense of peace. And by chance, he met our Dada Guru, who was Param Pujya Guru Maharaj's Guru, Guruji Ramchandraji. And he was just a normal person. He was like employed in a government job, and he was going about his regular family life when Guru Maharaj met him. And there was nothing outwardly very special about him, but both of them, they just because they were interacting with each other for the worldly things that they were involved in. I think Param Pujya Guru Maharaj was a Ayurvedic physician, and in that regard, he had met Dada Guru. And so that went on for several years, and nothing spiritual or anything much happened overtly between them. But eventually what happened is that they became good friends, and the personalities matched, and they liked each other, and so in short, what happened was that just Guru Maharaj was impressed by his personality so much that he was always on his mind. He would be thinking about him. He would be thinking, okay, he does like this. So just because he thought about him so much and they became so associated like this, all the qualities that the other guru had, his spiritual advancement, his peace and everything, all of that actually transferred to Guru Maharaj. And he has said explicitly when he has written that I did not do much, in terms of hard practices and anything of that sort. The only thing I did was that I kept my guru in my thoughts, and that is what has given me everything. And Param Puji Guru Maharaj was fully accomplished, in all senses, because he had acquired everything that the other guru, who was himself fully accomplished. So that was his experience. That okay, I didn't do anything, but I got to the pinnacle of spiritual achievement. So how do I now devise a practice that opens this path to everyone? And so that is how Ramashram Satsang practice came about. It is still principled on Maharishi Patanjali's basic 8 things, and Guru Maharaj concentrated on the later ones, the inner principles of Ashtanga Yoga that Maharishi said, which is dharana, dhyan and samadhi. So that basis remained, but Guru Maharaj added, and there is one more thing, that Param Puji Guru Maharaj says about, took from Maharishi Patanjali, and that is that Maharishi Patanjali also said that if you ever come across a person who has risen above all the worldly, evils or goods and everything, and he is at that pinnacle, if you think about him all the time, or if you keep him in his thoughts, then you can also become like him. It is a sutra, as we call in Maharishi Patanjali. He has said, "Vitrag Vishayam Vachittam." That means that if you keep such a person who has reached the spiritual pinnacle in your thoughts, you can take steps towards becoming like that. And so that was also one of the main tenets that our Ramashram Satsang practice is is based on. So these two things is what, and the love that that you develop, if you meet such a person, and then if you're lucky enough that you can get his blessings, his blessings of love, then you can also progress in this path very, very, very quickly. We can take an example, like for example, if you are trying to climb a mountain, and several times we have used this example in our satsang, if you are trying to climb a mountain, and if you start walking, there may be many obstacles. There may be rivers, there may be big boulders, there may be big forests and stuff like that, and you may climb and you may get to the top, but it would be an arduous task. It would not be that easy. Similarly, the principles that Maharishi Patanjali has said, they work, but it is hard work. If we follow all of those things, yam, niyam, asan, pratyahar, pranayam, dharana, dhyan, and samadhi, one can get there, but it is not an easy job. So to make it easy, Param Puja Guru Maharaj just added this element of love. He said that if you find a person who is sitting on that pinnacle, and somehow there is mutual love and attraction that develops between the two of you, then you can progress in this path much faster. It is similar to, like, if you are going to climb a mountain and you are going to walk and go through all those obstacles slowly, time taking, energy consuming, and still you can get to the top. But if somebody who is sitting on the top of that mountain where you are going to climb, he throws a rope at you, or there is a ropeway that gets established between the mountaintop and you, then that rope can take you up much faster. And that rope is nothing but the love or the mutual attraction that one one develops between the person who is sitting up there and the person who is trying to get there. So that's the ease, that is the ease element of this. Of the Ramashram practice, you still have to set all the principles that Maharishi Patanjali has said. Yam, niyam, asana, and all these things have to be perfected. They will not be perfected in like perfect each level, but they will be enough perfected that all of those things are taken care of in a much faster and easier way if we follow what Param Puja Guru Maharaj, the practice he gave us. So in that way, we are very lucky that we have a saint here. We are sitting in the satsang of a saint who is so accomplished. The only thing with that we need to do is to get that mutual attraction going between us and him, and that attraction is going to take us way forward, much more easily, and much forward in our spiritual journey. And so that's the only thing that one needs to do here. And the one thing more good Param Puja Guru Maharaj has said, and that is that it's not easy to get that kind of a mutual love or attraction. So one has to just try and say that try to get in your thoughts so aligned that that kind of a love develops. And once that happens, we don't have to worry about what faults we have and what values we need to get. All of those things are taken care of by by the love that develops. We don't have to work hard on, okay, I have to get rid of this and I have to acquire this value to get here or get there. The love that develops, it dissolves all the things that we need to get rid of, and it gives us all the things that we need to assemble to get to where we are. And why we should go there, as Sanjeev Bhaiyaji was saying, that it's the depth of peace. If we can get there, to the top of the mountain that Param Puja Sanjeev Ji was saying, the depth of peace that Param Puja Guru Maharaj has said, that the ocean of peace is how he has defined it. So once we get to that ocean of the peace, and Param Puja Guru Maharaj has said that then nothing else will matter to us in this world, and that would be a peace which would be ours, and no worldly upheavals or anything would be able to take it away from us. So that is our goal, and hopefully we will take some steps towards it. Namaskar, everyone.
So should I transfer it to Glasgow now, or are there other thoughts and questions before we wrap up?
We have one question. One.
Namaste, Sanjeev ji. This is Shalini from Manchester. Yeah, I was just wondering, like, I try hard to get to do meditation, but my mind is still not the place where I want to. How can I get that point?
So basically, so one thing is practice. Lot of so the example is sleep. So we can talk about sleep, we can think about sleep, and that won't help. So we have to create the environment such that we sleep, right? So it's essentially we need to one, find a practice that we like and we have tested works for us, and then get into it, the mind will continue to do what it does, but, finding ways to, if see, another thing is like we are, creatures of habit. So something you do for at least 3-4 weeks, then we get into that. So practice has to evolve. It needs to become like, more ingrained. So a lot of practices just focus on, how do we bring the mind to one thing? So that's from multitude of things, you need to come to one thing. And then you need to drop that too. And then when you drop that, what is in the backdrop? So here there is light in the backdrop. And light is knowledge, light is strength, light is energy, light is, so you replenish your energy, the backdrop needs to be strong. It needs to be, something that so from the thoughts, we need to come to this beyond the thoughts. So first come to the present moment and then go beyond that. I think that's the whole process. There are many, 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 many ways. What we just practice is one of them.
Else wants to? Yeah.
Hi, I would like to ask, how do we? My name is Radhika. I'm based out of Glasgow. How do we stop overthinking? See, there is a lot going around the world, be it war, IT layoffs, whatnot. So, how do we stop overthinking and keep focused on what we are doing?
So even like some of the recent developments in science, they, like one of the things is that when we relax, when we think we are even sleeping, our brain is still at work. So how do we rest our brain? We need to figure out. And, so playing music, meditation, focusing or concentrating on one thing. So when we do hobbies, when we do things that we really like, what happens is that all our concentration goes into one thing, and that itself gives, a state within our brain where, literally that's rest to the brain. So figure out ways to rest your brain. Now, ancient, if we rewind, and this is like thousands of years ago, they figured this out that if you want to come to present moment, breath work, meditation, the one we did, all those things help us come to the present moment. And then if you take it to the next level, which is a thought-free state, which is, I think if and pardon me for saying this, but if I summarize what Ajayji was saying, if somebody knows how to be in a thought-free state, and you learn that, because that's very hard in some ways, but if you figure out how to be in thought-free state with some guidance or some way, shape, or form, if you get there, it goes beyond being in the present moment. It actually takes away the tool that the mind has to worry you. How do you develop worry? Worry is you go in the past or you go in the future. What's the vehicle for that? Your thoughts. If you come to a thought-free state, mind has no way to go into past or future. If it can't go into past and future for that moment, or even a sub-second, if you get in that state, you will remember that state. And because it will be so peaceful. So basically the idea was that if you want to be very free, if you want to get away from thinking about all these things that you're talking about, meditate for a few minutes. So Guru Maharaj talked about 23 hours, do whatever you need to do for livelihood, and et cetera, et cetera. 1 hour, take for yourself and learn to be in the present moment and possibly thought-free. And that is the answer. So what happens is that once you learn, once you experience to be in that state, then you would say, like, why am I living like this? So then that 1 hour then expands into even while doing everything, you can still, regulate your emotions, your ups and downs. I would, and he calls it like the observer state. So instead of getting into it and then going up and down with it, you observe. So your awareness and your observation is very pointed, very, very sharp, but you don't get affected by it. You just observe.
Anyone in the online who wants to ask question?
I think it's kind of late now. So,
Okay.
Luz, anything before we wrap up?
I just want to say this was just, I mean, I love all of our sessions, but I have to say this was fantastic and really something that I needed because I'm going through a difficult period now with caring for a very ill relative, my mom. And so Christie's sound bath was just wonderful. I really do respond very well to like sound. It's a different kind of meditation, but it's also just like a really great way to relax. It really taps into whatever it is in your brain. I'm not a medical person, so I can't articulate it, but whatever is accessing the brain with that sound, it really helps to like calm me down. So, and it's also like a wonderful conduit to spiritual ascension as well. It's just another way. So thank you so much, Christie. I don't know if she's still there. And thank you for providing her the opportunity to share that with us. The meditation was wonderful. Hello to everyone at Glasgow. And thank you always for these extremely healing sessions.
Hi, Luz, it's Christie.
Hi, Christie.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for saying that. I'm just really glad that it helped. And I understand what it's like caring for your mum. I did it as well. So anything that I can do to help just makes me happy. So
Thank you.
I'm always here. You can contact me on the website or the app in the community. And I'm always there to give you any support or advice. And it goes for everyone else as well.
Thank you.
It's okay. Look after yourself.
Yeah, all our prayers are with your mom.
Thank you.
And on that note, love, light, and peace be with you. We'll be glad to, I think next weekend in person in Philadelphia. So, and these somehow get delayed a little bit, but still we were within the time frame. So glad that we could be here in Satsang, and especially everyone in Glasgow. very happy to be here with you.
Thank you, Bhaiya. Can we ask a request actually for Prasad?
Yeah,
you want to do it, Bharadwaji?
Yeah, Ajay can do it.
Ajay, can you say a little? You either way actually.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We don't have too many rituals here in our practice, but there is one thing that we do here. We when we sit for meditation, it is our belief that we are sitting in front of the divine light, whatever form you would like to call it as. And for us, it is Param Puja Guru Maharaj. And so we believe that his presence is with us during these sessions. And as a mark of respect and, our gratitude to him, we offer at the end these, prasad to him and pray to him that he bless us all. We'll meditate for a minute and offer the prasad. Best courage.
Bhaiya, there is one question.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay, this is the bonus round. Okay.
Yeah, pranam.
Namaskar.
Pranam, bhaiya.
Yeah.
Just a quick question.
Yeah.
How to develop love, or devotion? Because Ashtadhyayi is a long way, like 8 folded path. We can't understand.
No, so I think what Ajayji was saying was that, what we think we become. So if you find someone who does what you want to learn, just follow them. I think that is probably every religion has done that. Every spiritual practice is based on that. The guidance, comes from within, but there is an outer manifestation of some sort. But at the end of the day, there is just no way we can talk about selfless, pure, unconditional love all day long. We can read about it. We can think about it. But implementing it, you cannot do until and unless you're, at a higher level, because that operating at the higher level does not happen. See, the thing is, if we are operating at a lower level, it's all selfishness, me, what is there for me. Even when we serve, we have expectations. Even when we come to the church or temple, or we come for a reason. And selfless love, pure unconditional love, is something which doesn't expect anything in return. We see those things happen in the world. It's not that it's completely void, but to operate at that level, you have to uplift yourself. And one way to do that is to become spiritually accomplished. And it's through hard work or through guidance or through, this or that way. The question is, how do we operate at that level? more technical way of describing it is that I feel that, when you meditate, when you reflect, when you contemplate, when you pray, your behavior changes. And neuroplasticity says that, your behavior rewires your brain. So it's like a circular thing. You're uplifting yourself, changes your behavior, changes your brain. And at some point, it gets rewired enough to see things more differently, and that pure focus on safety and survival then turns into I am that, right? So so I am that. I am complete. I am love, light, and peace. And once you achieve that state, something opens up, and that's when the pure, unconditional, and selfless love becomes real. So there is no shortcut. You have to literally take yourself to the higher spiritual levels one way or the other. The shortcuts are there, but you have to take that path.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shall we wrap up?
Yeah.
Okay. Dear friends, today we have had a small glimpse of inner peace, a gentle reminder of what calmness, stillness, and clarity can feel like within us. The real question now is, how do we keep this feeling alive in our daily lives? Satsang is not only a session we attend, it is a practice, a connection, and a way of gradually bringing peace into our everyday life. There are few simple ways to stay connected and continue deepening this experience. We hold a weekly online satsang every Sunday at 10 a.m. The session usually lasts about an hour to an hour and a half. It is a simple and accessible way to remain connected with the practice wherever you are. There is also an English session every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and our time 3 p.m., which you can join. We also hold monthly in-person satsang gatherings in London and from time to time in other cities as well. These gatherings give us an opportunity to sit together, reflect together, and strengthen the feeling of spiritual community. In addition, the Bhandaras in India are streamed live, so even from home, you can join and feel connected with the larger satsang family. Along with attending sessions, reading spiritual literature can also help keep the mind steady, inspired, and focused on the path. One such resource we have Sadhan, the monthly publication from Mathura. It was first started in 1933 and continues to be published every month. It is a valuable companion for anyone who wishes to stay. If you would like to subscribe, reach out to me. Another meaningful book is Sadhana Se Anubhav. by Guru Maharaj. This book contains Guru Maharaj's own experience and guidance. Many people find it especially comforting during times of stress, uncertainty, or inner restlessness. At times, it feels as though Guru Maharaj is speaking directly to seeker. You can also explore talks, videos, and other resources on our website and YouTube channel. I will also add, actually, Bhaiya has also written a book, actually, and it is soon being published. So you can get this one also if you want. So these are easy to access and can be helpful for reflection whenever you have a quiet moment. You can explore. We will now conclude the session with 1 or 2 bhajans. Namaskar and thank you all for coming. We also thank everyone who joined us online. Thank you.
All right. Okay. So see you all. Love, light, and peace be with you. We'll see you next week. Namaskar.
Bye, everyone. Have a lovely weekend. Have a blessed weekend and a blessed week. And it was lovely to be a part of this. Bye, Sanjivji.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Namaste.
Namaste. Bye, Jeff. Bye, Luz.